So, if you were listening to Jones and Keefe or the Greg Hill Show this morning, or if you just took a look at a box score or any of the number of stories on ESPN.com, this is one of the lead stories on ESPN.com right now, on the baseball section, is the fact that Rafael Devers cannot touch the ball. We're at a point now where it's become a historically bad start. One of the worst starts any hitter's ever had in the history of baseball. And this is Rafael Devers. And listen, I defended Devers through all this to an extent. I did think he was being a bit of a baby, but I defended him in the sense that I thought this wasn't going to be something that really ruined him or ruined the season. And we still have 157 games to go, so I'm not going to say that the season's ruined so far. But if you're trying to deny that Rafael Devers is rattled, I can't get there anymore. Like that, we're past that. Rafael Devers is clearly very rattled by the fact that he's the DH, by the fact that they signed Alex Bregman. I don't know. It could be all of those things. It could be other things involved. I couldn't tell you exactly. But based on the way he reacted to the Bregman signing, based on the way he reacted immediately upon arriving in Fort Myers. I mean, it wasn't like a couple days went by and he realized, I don't know about that. It was the second they got off the plane. They got off the plane, they went and sat on those picnic tables, and then all of a sudden, I'm not going to play DH. I'm the third baseman. I play third base. No, I'm not doing that. And that was the first soundbite we got of this team as a team all together in Fort Myers. That was the first soundbite we got. Was that. And no. Exactly. And by the way, Rafi, have you made contact with a single pitch so far this year?
No.
I didn't think so. This is now not something that you can just brush off. This isn't something you can say is a coincidence. Not with this guy, not with these circumstances. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I understand that baseball is a game with a lot of random things that happen, okay? Every single pitch is a random outcome. I get that. You don't have to call in and tell me all that. But I'm not going to sit here and say that one of the best hitters in the league, maybe the best hitting third baseman in the league, or one of the top three, is off to the worst start any baseball player who actually steps into a batter's box has ever had. You're not going to tell me that that's just normal, that that's just, just a random thing that could happen to anybody. No, it can't. No, it can't. You're talking about a guy who's rattled right now. I don't even think it's about him being in shape. A lot of people, I heard them calling in today saying things like, well, if he had shown up in shape and he had really committed himself to going out there and getting ripped or whatever, like Rafael Devers has ever been ripped. When's the last time Rafael Devers, you looked at him, you thought, wow, he looks ripped today? Like, I've never thought that about him. And that doesn't matter, by the way. It's just, he's more ripped than I am, but like, was that the thing that's really got everyone all butthurt now? No, it's not that. And it's not that with him. It's not that he's looking, how he looks. It's up here. Something's going on up there. Playing third base means more to him than I think any of us really came close to understanding. I think we all joked about it. I did. You upset that you have to work half as much now and get paid the same amount? That's weird, Rafi. Why don't you just be happy? We'd all like that. The pride of being taken off of third base, I sort of understood that, I guess, but to counter that, and as many other people did as well, if you were so proud of playing third base, why were you so bad at it? That's kind of the point. And I'm starting to think that if Rafael Devers really can't play baseball unless he's in the field, like if he can't be the same kind of hitter that he is unless he's also playing in the field, if he can't stay engaged in the game. And I heard people saying that too. People would call in and say, it's so different when you're DHing. You're not as engaged in the game. You're just sitting there. You're not, standing at third base. And I understand balls get hit to third base sometimes. Sure. But right, like you're standing around a lot out in the field too. Either way, you have to be engaged with the game more so than you do if you're sitting on the bench. I understand that. Fine. But Rafael Devers has been playing baseball a while now, hasn't he? That sounds like something you'd worry about with like a little kid, is he paying attention? Is he, is he going to go chase butterflies behind the dugout? Like, what's going on here? Like, that's not, I don't think of those things when I think about Major League Baseball players. Can they stay focused? Can they keep their mind in the game? That's another thing. You're going to tell me that's a physical problem because he's not in shape, or is it because he can't stay focused on the game? What is it exactly? Whatever it is, It's not working so far. Whatever it is, these at-bats are painful. And what's funny today, I should say, is that he had a nice at-bat at the end of that game. To draw that walk, that was a nice at-bat. And then Bregman came up and he choked too. And that's sort of the thing, is that while we're really all focused on Rafael Devers, this entire top of the order has been dog crap so far. With the exception of Jarren Duran. Duran's been fine, but everybody else in the middle has been pretty bad. You get down to Christian Campbell in like the 6th spot, Willie Abreu down in the 7-8 spot, and you're cooking a little bit. But from number 2 down to number 6 or number 5, you're not getting anything. You're getting nothing from Devers. You're getting nothing from Bregman. You're getting nothing from Cassis. You're getting nothing from Story. This so far, and again, you're playing Texas and you're playing Baltimore. Texas, they were bad last year, but I think they'll be good this year. Or I think they have a chance to be good this year. And I think everybody went way too far counting Baltimore out after Burns got signed away. I think everybody went way over the top with that. Oh, Baltimore, yeah, they lost Burns. They're not going to be any good. Do you know how many, 22-year-old studs they have all through that lineup and all over the place? They're not a team that I would write off like that. And I had the Red Sox finishing behind them. I had the Red Sox making the playoffs, but finishing behind the Yankees and the Orioles. Because I think everybody went way too far writing off the Orioles. You want to write off the Blue Jays? Fine. Tampa Bay? Okay. But Baltimore was very good last year, and it wasn't all just because of one or two guys. And I feel like everyone just looked at them and were like, yeah, they're nothing. They're not going to do anything this year. They're pretty good. Okay? They're a pretty good team. And they got some pretty good pitchers. That kid today wasn't that good. Maury Povich wasn't that good today. But Eflin tomorrow, he's pretty good. And listen, Tyler O'Neill going 4 for 4. Could have seen that one coming a mile away. Mountcastle's a good young player. I like Holiday a lot. I like Rutschman a lot. You got some pretty good hitters in that lineup. Meanwhile, over on the Red Sox side, you got good hitters in the lineup, but so far they're still on Fort Myers time. This has been a drag so far. If you look at the numbers, really, I mean, aside from a couple of guys, everyone's hitting terribly. The highest OPS on the team is Willie Abreu. After that's Romy Gonzalez, Ref Snyder, Campbell, Carlos Narvaez, who has 3 at-bats. After that, Jarren Duran with a 7.76, and everybody else is under 500. OPS, not slugging, okay? OPS is under 500. And that goes Duran, Bregman, Story, Wong, Devers, Cassis, Rafael, who I thought was going to get off to a good start, and David Hamilton. Basically, everyone who stepped to the plate, other than Abreu or Campbell, anyone who's come to the plate more than 7 times has been awful so far. It's early, folks. I know it's early. I also know that when this team gets off to hot starts, people want to talk about it. When Devers struck out 13 of the first 14 at-bats he had or whatever, I pointed that out. It's 13 out of 14. Why are you pointing that out? Well, if he had hit 13 home runs in the 14 at-bats, I would point that out, right? I mean, that's pretty unlikely. Let's say you got 13 hits, or he got on base 13 times in his first 14 at-bats. Would that be newsworthy? It would be, right? So if he strikes out 13 times in 14 at-bats, that's also newsworthy. Does it mean the season's over? Does it mean he should get cut or sent down to Worcester, like I'm seeing the text line send in right now? No, I don't think that yet. But right now, it's noteworthy how lost he looks out there. I've seen people try to analyze the swing, the stance, all that. And there may be some hitches in there that I wouldn't know anything about, right? I mean, there's no way. How the hell would I know? That's for Fatsy and the rest of the hitting coaches. You know who I bet feels pretty justified right now? Or vindicated? Jim Rice. I bet Jim Rice is strutting around somewhere being like, oh, you don't teach it that way, do you guys, huh? Well, yeah, you keep doing your thing. You keep doing your thing. Don't ask me, Jim Rice, any advice about how to hit the baseball. What would I know? Just me being Jim Rice. No, you guys keep doing this thing, right? You keep doing this thing where you don't actually make contact ever with the ball except for 2 guys, and everyone else strikes out every single at-bat. Keep it up, guys.